Haunted Hotel is the world's most documented ongoing paranormal investigation. Everything you see is real. Viewers may find some scenes disturbing. There is something deeply, deeply disturbing going on in this building tonight.
Hello?
We had just seen out our second Halloween since the My Haunted journey began. A record number of guests had witnessed real paranormal activity here inside Chester's famous My Haunted Hotel. And whilst we are uncovering the layers of history here, we have been served a chilling reminder that this building houses something that does not belong here.
So from the middle of September to probably about the middle of October, this place went nuts.
Are you okay, Heidi?
Whoa. More so than I've ever known before. And the fact that the general public are witnessing all these things is amazing. We've caught it all on camera.
Sorry, it's gambling.
But for the first time since I've been here, this place felt evil.
What's up? You okay?
Has he been sick?
Harry?
Has he been sick? Has he been sick?
No, he's not. Every single thing that's happened over the last month or so has been caught on these cameras. Not only caught on the cameras, and we're about to show you some of the stuff that's been caught, but actually it happened in front of guests. Guests that come and stay here for the My Haunted Hotel experience. Each individual that comes here actually experiences something. And that for me is far greater than any paranormal evidence we could ever capture on camera. There are real people coming here week after week experiencing something genuinely paranormal. And between September and mid-October, this place went crazy.
What the f*** was that?
Sometimes at My Haunted Hotel, you have to understand that the activity to some of the guests that come in here and to investigators as well can be very, very scary. We get a lot of comments sometimes from the armchair experts on YouTube and things like that saying, oh, I wish people wouldn't scream, it's what they're there for. Wrong. When you experience this firsthand, it is a natural human emotion to jump and scream if it is shocking you. And this girl here was being very nervous from the minute she arrived. Even in the briefing, she was like, oh, I don't want to be here, I don't know why I'm doing it. And that's fine, you know, anybody is allowed to come here and experience this stuff. And she absolutely herself here, and that's allowed. Let's put it out there, that is allowed.
Monday the 23rd of October, we had influencers, celebrities from all over the UK in.
We are at the most haunted hotel in the world.
Something crazy happened.
What was that?
I don't know, I just heard it. What?
I've seen something and all.
What's that? A tankard?
Oh.
It's a beer, man. Look at that. Yay!
What was it?
Get that on the camera, please.
Yeah, I'll check. This is the tankard you've just seen in the video. It was actually from up here. One thing we realised when we picked it up off the floor is this flat dent in it from where it has, I assume, landed on the floor. We don't know if dent was already there. However, it was up here.
Yeah, a huge lip. I've got no explanation how it would fall.
Yeah, I since then, the bar's been cleaned and all the glasses have been moved over here. There was loads of pint glasses and stuff up here as well. But it has to literally lift 3 inches over the top and fall. On the 25th of October, we heard a direct voice phenomenon, which we hear quite often. It was heard through a phone that was left in room 3, and it creeped me the hell out to start with. On the night, I brought guests directly here to watch it on the cameras, and we all heard this raw growl noise, and none of us could work it out.
We got excited, didn't we?
Yeah, it was an amazing capture. And then a few days later, you watched it back.
I had to look at the footage back, and I don't think at the time we checked room 2, did we?
Not at the exact time. I think we assumed that maybe it was a movement or something, but...
And 2 of our guests who were in there, Helen, made, well, an almighty sneeze.
He's a lovely lad. Bless you. Oh, God. That was a scary thing.
It was a very loud sneeze, but it just goes to show, doesn't it, that sometimes things happen here and they're so easily explained that it almost becomes too easy to explain, and it can then get overlooked. But it's also another key example of what we call mass hysteria in here.
Yeah, it also goes to show that even we miss things. We've got 25 cameras, we can't check every single thing all the time, and these little tiny things, some of them might be debunkable as just other noises in the rooms.
Finding explanations for the things that happen here is our #1 job, but those unexplainable moments that are so often documented here have allowed us to recognise patterns.
One of the amazing things with having a venue for nearly 2 years is that we can correlate dates between what was active last year, what was active this year, and it really does seem that the place peaks mid-September to mid-October and actually then dies off again towards Halloween. Now that sounds counterintuitive because everyone assumes that Halloween is spooky, but that's what films have told us and pagan religion. That doesn't mean that paranormal activity is any more paranormal just because it's cold outside and someone cut a pumpkin up. But I think really what is important here is that we have 2 significant chunks of time that have both been incredibly active, and now we need to work out why.
How long are you on this now, Harry?
Second, buddy.
How long are you on this now?
12 years.
12 years?
Yeah. Hey, what's happening here behind you?
Where's that come from? Where the hell does that come from?
Oh well. Another inexplicable
Why
thing.
is it moving like that?
It started following you then, I was like, what's that about?
How long are you on this now?
12 years.
12 years?
Where's that come from?
I've just been down to get some water, come back up, and you guys said you've heard something in the old brothel. So we just played it back now. What do you guys think it sounds like?
A chair.
Yeah.
Something dragging.
Nothing moves in there, but it is the sound of something dragging in there.
As Halloween morning arrived, the hotel was empty, and we were about to receive one of the biggest shocks in our time here.
Since Harry's owned the building, 13 years now, Halloween has been a very, very quiet night traditionally, and even last year, Halloween night itself, when we had a full house of guests in, really didn't produce a lot of paranormal activity at all. This year, it all got very strange.
Since the Grey Star got introduced to the building, we have not disclosed all the footage Some of it is really disturbing. We didn't want to show it, but now we've given you access to have a look at this footage, and it shows you now why we took the initiative to close that room last week. It's not safe half the time, and people don't realise what actually goes on.
It happened the very early hours of Halloween morning. I came in and saw the audio notifications from room 8. We have closed room 8. We have closed room 8 for a very specific purpose, and a purpose that I think gets lost on some people, because we see comments on social media that say, why close room 8? What's that going to do? And I can understand the confusion and maybe even the skepticism behind that. But you have to remember that I have dealt with this item for 5 years. I know what this can cause, and Brett, Harry and I have all seen the effects that this item have caused. You guys have not seen it up until this point. And you must look at this next piece of footage that I'm about to show you, because this is not the first time that the Grace doll has mimicked a child.
Mammon and Olobas. What the f***?
Oh my god, it's a child. It's mimicking a child.
Around 5 months ago, an event happened here at My Haunted Hotel, which, out of respect for the guests, we did not put anywhere. We didn't put it on our VHS subscription, and we certainly did not put this out on YouTube. We have now been granted permission by the guests to show this footage, and the reason we are showing it is to stop the speculation and to also prove to people why we make these decisions to close this room. We are here 24/7. We are a team of people who are very, very experienced in the work that we do. And people sometimes forget that. If we make decisions, it's for a very, very valid reason. And this is why.
Do you want access to weekly exclusive content?
Oh my god!
You have access to a whole span of content, including 3 exclusive series.
Episodes every week, real guests having real experiences.
This is the #1 place for fans of My Haunted Hotel.
Join us now at myhauntedhotel.vhx.tv.
The footage we had just shown you happened earlier this year, and permission had been given to us for educational purposes and to show the effects that can be caused when dealing with this item. There are other occasions which we are unwilling to show you in order to respect the privacy of guests, but our decision to temporarily close room 8 is valid.
It was one of the most disturbing things I've ever heard come in. You hear a scream, which we have shown from the main corridor camera. That was captured clearly in room 8. It is definitely coming from within the room. We then hear what sounds like this. Door rattling, followed by a little girl's voice saying what we believe to be, "I'm sorry." Now, this is not the first time the Grace doll has mimicked a child's voice, and there are other noises captured in there as well. But then from there, everything went wrong in the hotel, including the air of negativity.
Yeah, the place felt horrible. I replaced 3 pieces of equipment since that week. Not a good day.
No. It then followed into the night, and along both of these corridors we had motion sensors which were going off, and in one case simultaneously as well, and the guests were running out of the rooms trying to check what was going on. It was almost as if whatever had happened within this room had spiked the activity levels, and there was just constant movement and activity on this top floor.
What the f is going on? The motion detector is going off in outside of room 7. Our motion detecting alarm has just gone off in the corridor outside of room 7. I am coming up right now to check this out.
Even when we went downstairs and did our group seance, it went off again, didn't it, upstairs, when there was nobody upstairs at all.
Something bad happened.
Motion sensor.
The whole building kind of tripped out with the electricity, but it didn't make sense because only the bottom floor and the top floor went off, and it all began in room 8 when the lit up crucifix that Brett had installed into that room just shut down.
Come on. What the?
Whoa, what the has just happened?
The activity continued into Thursday. Me and Brett witnessed a really cool moment, actually.
Should we take heed?
Oh! What the was that? This was really strange because, one, we'd never heard this before. A lot of the activity that happens here is something that tends to happen residually and regularly. This was interesting for 2 reasons. One, it was a new piece of activity we've not heard. 2, it was connected to Take Heed, another moment that had happened in that room we were sat in. It was almost as if it was confirming it.
Yeah, it was really quiet while we were doing the seance up until I said, take heed, and then this almighty bang.
Should we take heed?
Oh! What the was that?
Function room, red room, brothel area has always been known as one of the most active areas, and since we started this project, it's probably the area that has gained the most evidence on camera. And this followed into Saturday just gone, which was Saturday the 4th of November. You and the guests witnessed this.
Oh, what was that?
What was that?
No, that was like a scream.
Me and Dan Callahan were here running Saturdays night, and it was a full house. There were 6 rooms in. They were all brilliant guests. And while I'm stood in kind of the area just by the table, we hear this weird scraping, dragging noise down the stairs. This is the loudest place we can hear it. We don't know where it was. There's no one that could have made that noise. And then it got even closer. And it almost mimicked what we were hearing on Thursday.
Let us know that you're here.
Oh, what's going on? Total massive. Look at that.
Yes. We think you can do a bit better than making some lights flash. How about
Ooh! Hell!
What the was that?
That was through in there again!
You think you can do a bit better than making some lights flash?
Ooh! Hell!
What the was that?
It's so interesting because we're now starting to recognise patterns from last year and see some of the same things happening again. But also when we talk about the ghost book downstairs and all these knocking sounds, we often get accused here of having speakers in the walls of this building. It's quite comical because if anyone was to ever come here and read through the ghost book, which has reports going all the way back to the 90s, the knocking sounds, the footsteps on the corridors, things like that, way before you even own the building, are all documented from guests from all over the world, from Holland and Spain, English people as well, who've just stayed here over the last 30 odd years and had the same experiences as we're capturing on camera today. And thankfully now we're able to document those experiences.
There is a significant reason as to why we have closed Room 8. And I tell you what, those things have kept on happening.
What was it? I thought that was Barbara! Did you look? Because it's leaning against the wall.
There have been guests listening outside of Room 8 whilst they've not been allowed in there, hearing laughing, crying, scurrying round, really loud knocks and bangs on the glass and the door. This has been a nightly thing going since Halloween.
The item is contained within a blessed box, and the area around that box was blessed by real life priests who came into this building in January and were able to do a number of rituals and methods that would contain almost the evil that comes out of this thing. We have no evidence to ever support that the Grace doll and the attachments to it can portray themselves outside of the box and outside of Room 8. We have no evidence of that, and we have to go by evidence here in this building. That is what we are all about. It causes mass hysteria, absolutely, and we see this on social media. We see it when people come here. They think that everything that's happening in the building is attached to the Grace doll, and it simply is not the case. But we have to shut this room off to keep people from trying to break into the room, which does happen here, but also to keep the evil contained.
If there's one thing that the My Haunted team have learnt over the last year and a half, is that this format of paranormal investigation works. Our identity is built on 24/7 surveillance and being able to confirm real eyewitness accounts. As 2023 enters its final stage, it has been another year of documenting compelling moments, as well as trying to educate those who visit here into what a real investigation is all about, and helping them understand the importance of keeping rational and finding explanations. We are blessed here at the epicentre of this project, and our next stage will shock the paranormal world. We'll see you soon.